Good morning, Sagittarius. I'm in my studio. I'm surrounded by my spirit guides here, Sara Elizabeth particularly, and my spirit ancestors. My dad particularly too, and Ronnie, my dog. I have very strong messages from them, so I call myself Higherself Magic. I am an intuitive reader and I go with my gut. I also go with the cards. I go with astrology too, because that's what I studied. And I know that it's immensely influential in people's lives. It is part of our destiny as we get movement in the sky, in the planets. They communicate with each other in a different way. Our destiny takes place. Sometimes it's on hold until the right placements are together. That's just something we have to understand. And I know it's very, very hard for some people to understand that, and they run out of patience, but it's just the way it is. And the universe does know when it's the right time for you. Now, I've got the Buddha here for you because for me, this is a period of enlightenment, and the Hierophant has come through showing me that that is exactly the case. We're putting a lot of our energy into our gut, into our transmitting messages from our higher selves to our brain, to our thought pattern, so that we do make the right decisions, Sagittarius. And we have been through an incredibly difficult journey, as I have talked to you so many times about. Probably you, Aquarius and Taurus, have had the hardest journey in the last 10 years. But the Fool is here saying you're going to take a leap of faith. You're going to trust your vibration, your place in the world right now, because things will start happening. We're sort of after the holding place. As I said to you, if you've been listening to my readings before, we're going from one world to another with the shifts in the south and north node, the shifts of signs. We're now with Libra and Aries, Aries in the north, Libra in the south, with those shifts, with the 2 full moons that are occurring this month in August. We've had the first one. We call 2 full moons once in a blue moon because changes happen that really do occur once in a blue moon. And this new moon we have just had was a very dark sky. It also happened last month. The new moon happened to be in a very dark sky, which had a very dark effect on Sagittarians' way of thinking. But those moons have created the shift, and by the time we get to the full moon at the end of this month, Sagittarius will feel they are past the holding pattern stage. They're in between at the moment, between holding and action. And you might be feeling this. You're feeling probably very volatile. You're feeling very much like your manifestations are not coming true. You manifest regularly. You wish upon a star, and these don't come true. But they are being held by the universe until the right moment. You will take that leap of faith. You're already there. You want to take that leap of faith. And you are royalty. But the Hierophant and the High Priestess is showing me you've risen above loyalty into a spiritual realm now, Sagittarius. You've elevated your spiritual position really well, and it's really high up there where most people don't get. So I do think there's going to be a lot of action for you in the second half of September. I always said September was going to be a month for you of happenings. I believe after Mercury goes direct, then you'll start to notice that more, or you'll be free to do the things you want to do. You shouldn't sign any contracts while Mercury is retrograde. At the moment, Venus is retrograde until the 5th of September, so love is going to be very slow for you. unless you are in an established bond. So it's going to be a new everything, a new you, a new situation, a new way of working. Even if you're in the same job, new things are going to be created for you. New opportunities are going to be created for you. And you are going to attract abundance. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles here, another of your royalty cards, but you've got the Emperor. Whether it's the Empress or the Emperor, it's the same thing. The fertile beginnings of complete success, royalty at its peak. But when you reach the High Priestess, look at the knowledge you have there in your hands in that book. You know so much now compared to what you did 10 years ago. You're a completely different person. You are awakened, and half the world is awakened. Maybe a third of the world is awakened. 2/3 is asleep. You are definitely one of the awakened ones. Well, the people I'm speaking to here are. And if you keep herbs like hyssop or sage, it cleans the energy. So get some of those herbs, put them around your house, and let that cleaning take place. Now, I'm very strong on angels and fairies, particularly fairies at the moment. My angelic forces are amazing. I absolutely love the angels, Archangel Michael, I pray to all the time. But the fairies are the goodies. They're really the goodies. They're working on your behalf. They're nature. They're the epitome of nature. So being with nature, feeling nature in your path, walking in nature is going to precipitate the changes. The nature and the fairies are your special connectors. And I do tell you to read about fairies, write poems about fairies, read poetry about fairies. It's not babyish. It's actually such a trigger to what planet Earth wants us to be like at the moment, because they're the messengers of Mother Earth. And Mother Earth is very angry with a lot of humans, and you can see that through the floods, through the fires that are occurring. It's all absolutely out of control, and it's because humans aren't respecting our planet, and they're not respecting what is required. And they're not in the Hierophant or the High Priestess mode at all. And Mother Earth is going, right, don't destroy the earth that you live on. Your spirit ancestors, or everyone's spirit ancestors, are absolutely flabbergasted at what's happening and how people are putting animals, and you know, the people that are killing animals are doing that for beauty in some cases. And our spirit ancestors are going, no, that is so wrong. Animals are here as well as you. They are part of this earth. They have the same rights as you. A lot of Sagittarians will not be in that world, I'm grateful and glad to say. Your other placements matter, of course, as well, but your spirit ancestors are guiding you all the time with divine guidance towards creating a better world. The better you want our world to be, the better your world will be. Let that be my message to you from Sara Elizabeth right now. So please worship the divine, the angels, the universe, and the fairies. They, in their little world, mean so much in your big world. So you are going to get the key to the door, the key to many doors. We're going to do some of my oracle cards in the moment, and I'll be shocked if we don't get adjacent doors for Sagittarius. I've been getting them for so many other signs. And I would say your ship is here. You know, your ship's coming into harbour. It's anchoring. And I've got a lot of haters, Sagittarius. I can see that from the amount of sword cards we have here. They're always going to hate you because of your beauty, not particularly physical beauty, although you are physically beautiful, but because of your spiritual beauty, your kindness, your caring, and your spirit guides are disturbing their demons. your haters get disturbed by your light. And if you were in a third party situation at all in the last 10 years, do or be glad that you stepped out of it. You are in the best position. Both the other people in the third party situation are not in a happy place. You have developed an unstoppable energy. You're leaving the past behind. I'm not saying that the past is not going to come knocking on your door. This Venus retrograde does make that very possible, and it also brings a lot of past people into your life. So you've probably noticed, whether you've dismissed them or not, past friends, past lovers, past employees or past workmates, they pop in, say hello. Whether you renew that connection with them or not is something that you will do through insight and awareness, and you've got a greater awareness. But the supermoon at the beginning of this month and the supermoon at the end of this month, very rare to get 2 supermoons in 1 month, are creating this magical cosmic event for you. And it's bringing your attention back to how far you have come on your spiritual journey. And the star, Venus, is very powerful here. Is saying, we are guiding you into the right love, the true love, the best love that you have ever had. So don't fight the flow. Don't push the flow. Let the doors open as they're meant to. Trust your own vision, of course, and plant seeds and make your choices. But ask the universe to help you make the right decisions. Although destiny is at play here a lot, and a lot of it is going to make decisions for you, for your highest good, and for the choices you get. You will make the right choices. You've made a lot of wrong choices, and the universe is not letting you go down that path again. Also, we've got Saturn hard at work here. We've got Saturn kicking arses. He's the Lord of Karma. He's retrograde too. We've got 7 planets retrograde at the moment. That's very unusual. Very heavy on the soul, very heavy on the spirit. Makes you feel really tired, really drained. And we are feeling that, and it's stopping us taking that leap forward right now. We are just there in that holding position. And so Saturn's restrictive energy is preparing us, though, for our future endeavors. And it's literally giving out karmic lessons. Fortunately, most Sagittarians have paid their karmic dues, and your fantastical dreams should become your reality from the half of September onwards this year. But it's kicking asses on those people that have hurt you, that have created real dents in your confidence, in your life, in your progress. He's the taskmaster, and he's setting the boundaries and rules in order to build future success for you. You are absolutely top priority at the moment in his quest, in your life, in your world, and he can see all. He can see everything. Also, we've got Mars in Virgo, and that's creating many dilemmas for people, especially Virgos, if you've had a Virgo in your life. So I'm coming to the point where destined events, life happenings are coming in the flow of life. They're protecting your energy. Your inner guidance is your inner compass, and it's revealing your truth. It's revealing your higher self. I call myself Higher Self Magic because I so believe in the higher self. I actually can conduct rituals that will tell me yes or no and give me positive information, like 3 weeks or 2 weeks when I'm working with my higher self. I do a lot of channeling with my higher self and Sara Elizabeth, so I get a lot of truths that way before your readings. So before your readings, I will often write down a lot of notes from Sara Elizabeth on the Sagittarius energy, and that's where I am holding the papers that I've just asked her a number of questions on, and she has given me responses, which I'm reading with the cards. So trust your instinct, trust the universe. It has your back. It's very kind and loving. And trust the fact that life is going as it's meant to. If you don't believe in fate and destiny, then this will not resonate with you. If you do believe in fate and destiny, and you really should, it's very much part of the agenda. So cruise through life with the things that bring you joy at the moment. You're going to be having some quiet times. I don't think a lot of Sagittarians are going to be partying out there. I would say a lot of Sagittarians are concentrating on their work right now, because you've got a lot of money to make. We've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. We really have got amazing pentacle cards, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and of course we've got the Emperor. There's a lot of money for Sagittarians to make in their work if you go with the right flow. Jupiter is in your work a day house, and it's in your health house as well, so it's helping your health stabilize, bringing things to the fore that need attention, but it's also dealing with your work every day. And if you haven't had big changes yet, it's because Jupiter, the planet of expansion, your planet, doesn't think it's the right time. But just give it a little bit of time, and he will be bringing those work benefits and blessings through. So feel good about yourself, love your own assets, whether they're your talents or your body or your face. Love your assets. Don't be afraid to use them, to go for what you want. Self-motivation is definitely very important here. And you are going through a time where it's a volatile time, where one day you'll feel very motivated, ready to leap out, and another day and ready to express your knowledge. And other days you'll just want to go to bed and feel quite tired and exhausted and feel sorry for yourself and make wishes that you feel are not going to come true. But believe me, the world is very colourful, very energetic at the moment, even though we've got a lot of retrograde planets, and it's blessing your world. It's also going to make you leave a lot of friends behind who didn't need to be in your life. I'd like to mention the Lionsgate portal a little. It's amplified everything that you were worried about. So old traumas have been amplified, which you're going to be feeling through this month of August. It's allowing you to clear those through. Those days where you feel like you just want to go back to bed, that's when you're clearing these. And it's allowing you to let them go. And I think that's such a good lesson. And Sara Elizabeth wrote to me before this session and said, tell them to let things go that have to go. And what I do want is for you to realize your path and push forwards. You've worked really hard at your career, I think, the last 10 years with a broken heart, with sadness, and maybe just felt you were putting everything in the bottom drawer. Pull it out. This is the time where you show the world what you're made of. Bring that work you've created to fruition. The message from the universe with these cards in front of me is saying, it's soon going to be the time where you show the world what you're made of. And so how do you utilize this energy in August? It is a very intense time, and you just feel you're existing. You're in that holding position, but you will be slowly cutting cords with people in your past. Remember what I said to you in a previous video, that everyone who signed a soul contract with you will have a red, invisible cord between you both. And it exists. It's time to cut it. The Lionsgate portal comes every year, and it allows you to cut those ties. But even more so now, because we're in between these two full moons, and we had a very dark new moon. It's time. You will know who you want to cut cords with who you want to push out of your heart and who you don't want to think about anymore. And you will also know that people in your life, you will be very much aware of people that are dishonest and that you don't want back in your life. And you will have had messages, even if it was just like a Facebook like or a text from people in your past that you might not have responded because you knew they weren't worth it. You had to cut the cords. You had to stay where you were. And that's the message I got for you today, even before I pulled these cards. And these cards have just amplified what was said to me before your reading. And I always have that communication with Sara Elizabeth before a sign reading. So this is a time of transformation, Sagittarius. Your power is returning, your energy is returning, your happiness will soon come through. So let Mercury retrograde past. But with Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, people from your past are going to keep coming in until the 15th of September. And some of them you might want to let back in. Some of them you might want to let back in. So it's totally up to you. Your higher self, your intuition will tell you whether they are real or not, whether you can combine the old with the new, whether that old will become new with a serious offer. But if it is someone new, then all the better, because they may have had their eye on you before these retrogrades, or they might have stepped in quite recently. But there is the possibility of anyone that you are attracted to or they are attracted to you being a very strong long-term connection at the moment in this month. Even if you don't pursue it romantically, because you shouldn't while Venus is retrograde, it's not a good time to start a new romance. It might start all hot and passionate, but it will wane. So wait until, I would say, after the 5th of September, or better still the 15th of September, before you romantically link up. But someone new has got their eye on you, someone relatively new, or maybe someone you've known for a long time but not really had in your life. They could be your destiny mate. So who I'm speaking to here, whoever this is resonating with, do realize that the cups I've got here, the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, is indicating this to me. Okay, so let's go with that. What else did Sara Elizabeth tell me? Well, she said that most Sagittarians have been feeling a massive emotional pressure in their lives. And I said this in a previous reading because she's written it again through my communication with her, that you are sort of the breadwinner, the main person, the one a lot of people rely on, maybe your kids, your partner, even if you're not in a very happy bond, but you are the main person, the one who can sort things all out. And it's very draining on you. And the Queen of Pentacles is showing this. The King or Queen of Pentacles show this a lot, that you are the main person. You hold the key to financial stability. But sometimes it can make you feel, especially if you get the King, not so much the Queen, the victim, it can make you feel overburdened. Well, you are now taking a leap of faith, and the 2 of Wands is showing me that you are having an epiphany. You're realizing how smart you are, how important you are to all these people, how they rely on you, and you're smiling through it and thinking, seeing that as a blessing rather than being the victim and it being overburdened by it. You're obviously making everybody pull their weight, but you are feeling proud at the fact that either it's your employees or your children or people in your life, your parents, if they're quite old now, that rely on you. And you are very responsible. And you might have thought before, oh, people want too much from me. Now you're saying I am valuable and I am blessed because I'm valuable. And this full moon at the beginning of August and the new moon has made you very aware of this. By the time we get to the full moon at the end of the month, you will have rested a lot more and you will feel ready to expand. That Jupiterian energy will be entering in and you will be feeling a natural alignment with and a very good sense of optimism because you are on the right track. So your connection with nature is very important. Please keep that in mind. And you are trying to find your path, expand your universe, and you feel you're on a journey to success now where you can leap off and be the very clever fool, not the not clever fool. And we've got the Four of Pentacles here, which is saying, don't fear things. You are still fearing things. This is a card of restriction. You're not sure about your future stability, but feel the force, feel the universe having hope in you. Open up your energy, take the chance, take the leap when the end of August, September comes, because they're saying don't fear the future anymore. And the Queen cards here are showing me that you are still the Queen of Fire, and the King of Wands, of course, is the Saggitarius card. And don't let your fire go. It's getting stronger all the time. Don't let that energy, that wall energy, that holding place, block your progress. So the Six of Swords, you're creating your reality now. And the Ten of Swords has shown me that there's been a lot of hardship in your life. So let's take a few of these before we finish this reading. And I'll be back very soon. Oh gosh, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is, of course, the ultimate card of success. So you've got great success coming, Sagittarius. I really know that. It's going to be wonderful. Oh, we've got another one here. What is that? That's the contract. You're going to be signing a very important contract when Mercury is over. You're going to be making money and abundance is going to be coming towards you. And here we've got victory. So I'm really pleased. I hope you loved this reading. I'll be back tomorrow. I've been on a small holiday, so I didn't do the readings the last few days. A local holiday on a seaside quite close to here. Take care. A British seaside. Support the piers and the promenades. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day today, and I will speak to you tomorrow.